Hello and welcome to episode 59 of VocTer Gaming. I'm your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain, and we are here with a very interesting game. I'll explain more in a bit, but right now I just want to introduce the players. Over here we have the red Zerg. He is Listal. And spawning in the upper right we have the blue Terran, iloveOOV. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with Brood War, iloveOOV was a player who really came to prominence under the tutelage of the Emperor himself, Slayer's Boxer. And this is why this is so exciting, because he is playing Starcraft2! Now, I know a lot of you aren't too familiar with Brood War. I myself have very little knowledge of the Brood War scene, but I am aware of iloveOOV, and this kind of thing excites me. It always excites me when players are transitioning from one game to the other to see how well they do. This is not definite yet whether or not iloveOOV will play Starcraft 2 professionally, but he has been playing it, so it's going to be very interesting at least to see what kind of things he's done, whether or not he's picking up the Slayer's style or if he's working on his own style. Listal, I have no idea who he is. If he's anything more than a random player, please let me know in the comments, because I would like to know. We've got a couple of games from OOV this week. Got another game tomorrow of him versus Blade, that as far as I'm aware are just taking place on Battle.net. But so it's going to be very interesting. And now we know he did go gas first, so it does look like he's doing the Slayer's Terran mech style. So I'm quite excited to see what's going to happen in this game. Brood War, again, just to give a quick explanation, I know some of you will find this tedious, but I do have people in who watch this channel who've never really got into the Starcraft scene. Brood War was the original. What happened was we had Starcraft 1 that came out like a billion years ago, and then you had the expansion for it called Starcraft Brood War, and that's what really took off in the competitive scene. That's what really made the multiplayer really kind of get a kickstart, with Kesper behind it out in Korea. Players like Flash and Jaedong right now still make tons and tons of money playing it. The older players, the guys like OGS Nada, the guys like Slayer's Boxer, or maybe the B teamers, guys like OGS MC, IMMVP, all transitioned over to Starcraft 2 when this started, as a way perhaps for them to make more of a name for themselves. So as we see, Listal, his opponent, has taken a fairly decent hatchery, nice timings on that, is now getting the spawning pool with the one gas, so will be going, I imagine, for Zergling speed pretty quickly. But if we look over here, the orbital command has finished and the factory is going down. Of course, by taking the gas first, that means you can immediately build that factory the second the barracks is finished. No tech lab or reactor on this barracks though, so that will be interesting to see whether or not he's going to build a starport, or if in fact he's going to do something slightly more normal, perhaps expanding. He is saving up the money for it, so it does look like he's going to expand on 23 food, and there it goes down. Interesting. Not going for the Banshee Rush. Instead, he's going to get a couple of Hellions out for map control. Going to poke up now into the base of this SCV. He's going to see the expansion. There's nothing here to stop it seeing that, but Zerglings and a Queen are out now. The SCV does get past. Oh, manages to slide past those Zerglings. He's going to get right in this base. He's going to see that there's only one gas. And this Hellion now going to do not a lot of damage per se, but it softens these drones up. He does get some more scouting off. If he can get some Zergling kills, that's going to be really nice. Hellion is in orange now, but all these Zerglings could go down. Spinecrawler in response from Istal is coming up now. That's really good. Hellions, of course, are absolutely terrible against Spinecrawlers, so that is going to be no good at all. This expansion now nearly finished for iloveOOV. And the reactor is now down on the factory, and the tech lab is coming on the barracks. Over on my other monitor, the one you can't see, my girlfriend is currently exercising, so I do apologise if I at any point during this cast get slightly distracted. And now we have Stim coming. Stim first instead of Combat Shield, so this could be an interesting timing attack. But still, with just the one barracks, it doesn't look like it's going to be much of one, unless he's going to attempt to use Stim Marines to take down the Spinecrawler so that the Hellions can slip past. But otherwise, I'd really prefer to see Combat Shield come out first. I prefer survivability for the Marines rather than the Stim attack. especially without a starport yet. eBay going up instead, so he's going to be looking for quick upgrades. Looks like he's going to be going for some form of timing attack with this. But what a strange thing. Second and third barracks finally going down. I'd have liked to perhaps have seen them slightly earlier, but we will see whether or not this works out. Infantry upgrades level 1, that's the attack upgrade rather, is on its way now. So perhaps a timing when that finishes, and indeed a fourth barracks now, so he's going very marine heavy. This is much more bomber style. A few Hellions out in the more Slayer style, but if he switched over to heavy marine with tank support, that would be the style we've seen recently from Startail Bomber, especially at MLG, doing really, really well at MLG in fact. Oh my god guys, to interrupt this quickly, if you haven't watched MLG from this weekend, holy crap, go watch it. Idra versus Boxer is just insane. I cannot get over how good that was. Any of Marine King Prime's games from that weekend as well were just insane. The dude was on fire. And of course, congratulations to our winner. I won't announce it here because obviously many of you won't have watched it yet. I don't want to spoil that for you if you're watching this. But big congratulations. It was very nice to see the guy win once you know who he is. And now that Baneling Nest is going down, but a starport and combat shield coming. So it looks like very heavy marine style definitely coming out of OOV. Getting reactors on all three of those barracks. But the Overseer does come in and see it now. So Listal knows exactly what is going on, and he's getting a Spire in response. Banelings, of course, absolutely fantastic against Marines, especially with 0 siege tank support. This starport is nearly finished now. This is making me worry for OOV, though. I am very, very worried for him. If Mutas get out, Mutas versus Hellions win, and Banelings versus Marines win. So this could be very, very bad if OOV engages incorrectly at all. But he's trying to push with these Hellions. It's not going to do too much. He has a lot of Hellions. They will be able to take out the Zerglings very, very easily. And in fact, they do hurt the Queens, forcing a transfuse there. But the Spine Crawlers will be enough, and in fact 2 more going down now. Should be enough to stop any kind of Hellion pushes or Hellion run-bys. He's going to need the Marine support. I really wish he had tanks with this. This is worrying me now. More Hellions have joined up with the main body of them. He's going to move in now. See what he can see. Again, attacking these Queens. Not many transfuses left on them. In fact, none at all. So they are forced to retreat behind the Spine Crawlers. Oh, if he heads over here, he can get a lot of Zergling kills. The Zerglings are trapped. Moves to cut them off. Oh, this is huge. Lots and lots of Zerglings go down. That is going to weaken the defence. Oh, but Mutas are out now, so he needs to get the hell out of there because Hellions cannot shoot upwards. And now another hatchery going down. Is it a macro hatch we're getting? Yes. Listal is getting a macro hatch just to try and defend this. Now working on these rocks again. He's going to want to expand there. But now comes the push timing. Now comes the push from OOV. Weapons level 1 is finished. Combat shield is finished. Stim is finished. But 9 Banelings are morphing. And Zerg Flyer attacks level 1 is nearly done. Needs to be careful not to let the Hellions get too far ahead of the Marines. Oh, this could be a strong push. Can he bury these Spine Crawlers in time? It doesn't look like it. That first Spine Crawler is going to go down. Oh! Moving them at just the wrong time. Loses one Spine Crawler. Going to lose a second one so quickly. Mutas swinging around to the backside, trying to catch onto the Hellions. But more get taken out. Banelings come in now! Banelings come in, but he only takes on half the Marines. There could be just enough here to win the game for OOV. If he takes down that Spine Crawler, these Hellions will have free reign. Oh, Listal is going to go down here. Listal is going to be forced to GG very shortly. This hatchery is going to go down. More Banelings morphing. He needs those Banelings to finish, and he needs to move and attack. 10 more Banelings about to finish. If he kills this now, it's game over. Oh, and so much goes down to the Banelings. Everything there dies, but more is streaming in for OOV now. More is streaming in for OOV, and only 16 Zerglings and 4 more Banelings coming. So he is going to lose this hatchery. He's going to lose this expansion. There are enough Marines to kill these Mutas. You cannot attack with piecemeal with the Mutas. OOV is going to take the first game, as we see on my channel. This is fantastic. It is great to see a Brood War player switching to Starcraft2 and playing so well. Oh, but more Banelings coming in now. Does take out, still not get all those Marines. More and more is streaming in. Listal, you have to GG. There is nothing more you can do in this situation. He's trying to get the melee attacks level 2, but it's just too late. That hatchery goes down, and now OOV can push into the main base. Armory is on the way for OOV. He can get Thors to help deal with the mutas in the future if this game goes on, but I suspect to see a GG any second now from Listal. 63 food to 107. More and more. Look at this, just streaming in all across the map. He has a billion barracks. That is 2, 4, 6, 7 Marines at a time and 2 Hellions. This is game over. Queens are going to be taken down. Tries to move in with the last of his Zerglings and Banelings. He is going to clean that up, but he is so far behind now, and more is just streaming into the base from OOV. This is it. This is the final push. There's the GG from Listal. iloveOOV takes this game. He is playing absolutely fantastic. Oh, I hope he plays this good tomorrow. That was so exciting to watch. Okay, that is me for today. Thank you very much for watching. I can't even be bothered with announcements. I'm too excited that iloveOOV did really well there. So I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.